mwalo guno ekidyeri ekimu kimaze ebbanga nga tekyakola emmeeme n'etandika okutunduga abamu ku bawagizi be.
Yatambuzawo bigere ku mazzi nga Yesu yatambulira ku mazzi aba tugenda tambulirawo ku magere ku mazzi bampita ppiripiri tulinze
gwe ekibadde ekiryandongo ne Apache barangi mukulikeyo nnyo mwina batugoberedde kuba twatandise paka olunaku lwaweddeko olunaku lwajjo olunaku lwali of course president agenda side ze Kwaniya wamu ne Kore. Yes, tukyali mulango sub-region. Of course ngenda kuyisizaamuko mu bice ebikwatagana ku districts zino nga bwentera okulaga program line up nga bwogiraba Kibaale twajimala Kagadi twajimala tukikubaka kumiro twakikuba kikobe tujikubye Hoima City Bulisa Masindi olunaku lwajjo twadde Kiryandongo ne Apache kati then olunaku lwaleero olw'omukaaga luno lwennyini tuli Kwaniya wamu ne Kore. Ngenda kutwala mulenga sinnaba kunnyonnyola biki byonna bigenda mu maaso nga bw'ozirengera district ezo Kore ne Kwaniya. Of course zonna bazisala ku Apache nga bwe nagambye nti Apache zezimu ku districts nkadde nnyo nezibagenzi bagikutulako bu districts. So nga sinagenda deeper into that, katusoke tukole a quick recap of ekyabadde Ekiryandongo n'ekyabadde Apache artist oberenga chap ngenda kuyisizaamu nga neyambisa NTV kuba yasonsudde bulungi eggulire eryo wamaggwe ogenda kukawoomerwa kano sooka owulire bulungi then tulyoke tweyongereyo.
Kyagulanyi abadde ava emasindi okwolekera disitulikiti y'Ekiryandongo afulumidde mu kkubo erigwa Ekigumba mu katawuni k'Ekyatiri abawagizi bamwegasseeko okumwerekerako. Labyeko ku mbeera y'okubeerana n'okugumiikiriziganya abawagizi ba NRM abadde beenaanisa obulungi mu mijoozi gya langi yaabwe bwe batwaliriza akabanga nga piki bagivugira wamu n'abawagizi ba NUP ababadde bagoberera Kyagulanyi.
Ndowooza mwetegereza paati eyo waliwo actually waliwo ekituuse nga saba poliisi babadde babawadde ebifaananyi nga bali mu bakuuma n'obakuuma Kyagulanyi ayitewo then bamusiigire ekifaananyi kya Museveni bwe bamuwanikira ekifaananyi kya Museveni. Anti wulira bawaga
kyoleka engeri abantu gye bagenze nga bakulamu birowoozo okukimanya nti okuwagira omuntu omulala n'okwawukanya ndo
kati be bano abadde kumpi ne poliisi wali nga ye bawase bonna obukuumi era nga babagambye Kyagulanyi wanaaba n'atera okuyitawo mumuwanikira ebifaananyi bya Museveni.
Si musango Kyagulanyi ayise mu tawuni y'Ekiryandongo ab'omu ddwaliro nabo ne bavaayo balingiza ekiri ebweru.
Gwe atuuse mu tawuni awo ne gujja bagira.
Era tukakasa n'abamu ku balwadde abalina mu kulungubanguba bavuddeyo kyokka bw'ayisiza Ekiryandongo abamu ku bawagizi babadde batambulira ku boodabooda batuuse ku kaala akayitibwa Dyang poliisi n'ekiika kabangalizaayo bbiri mu kkubo neeyagala ebakomyawo.
Ndowooza olaba poliisi always yekola effujjo abawagizi tebalina na kimu kye bakoze tebalina musango na gumu gwe bazizza naye olw'okubeera nti nno baagala okulaga ekifaananyi nti nno mu bitundu ebyo Kyagulanyi kyalinayo obuwagizi balizootinga ku kino mwena mujjukire waliwo narrative eno ebadde etera okutambula nsuubira kati ba propagandist bona tebalina kyakwogera andi bonna kubaga simanyi NUP ekoma Kampala Road teyina yadde tewali munnamulema n'omu gweyina outside Kampala. Oba ekyabadde Masindi baakiraba ekyadde Hoima baakira ekyabadde Namutuba baakira oba ekyali Emusia baakiraba oba ekibadde Ekiryandongo baakirabye na Apache. I don't know. Anyway, sooka gwogende mu maaso ng'olaba. Propagandist of course tebayina kati eyo line tebakyasobola gikwata kuba presenter ndowooza ayinza n'omuyisaamu oluyi yena ayina abyogerera ku show presenter ayinza okukwata obusungu n'amukubamu ne kumpi gwe byogera obitegeera.
Kilomita ntono nnyo nga wakava mu tawuni y'Ekiryandongo ng'oyolekera ate tawuni ey'Ebweyale poliisi ng'emabega wange bw'olaba weesaliddeko abawagizi ababadde ku bodaboda okubalemesa okwongera okugoberera Kyagulanyi gy'agenda okukuba olukuŋŋaana olwaleero.
Kino kitutte eddakiika nga 10 poliisi bw'emaze n'etendewalirwa nga n'abamu babadde batandise okuwaganya mu nsiko n'ebata oboolyawo ngerowooza nti banaakomaawo.
Anti balengera mafuta gaabwe obudde bwajjukire by'okukola baabivuddeko ne bagamba olwatulina kuwuliriza meseji ya pulezidenti waffe Kyagulanyi mafuta ne bagateeka mu pikipiki ne gakola ki tanka ne zijjula ne bagamba yonna gy'agenda gye tukola ki gye tulaga kuba ali mu kitundu kyaffe. Then kati poliisi atuuke eri nga tewali yadde muntu n'ogu kuba ne saidi ye badde babasazeeko naye gwe genda maaso ng'olaba.
Mu bbanga ttono nnyo babadde malusu nadooka oli n'emmotoka ezitambulira ku Kyagulanyi era bayingidde bweyale nga bali butoola.
Kati badde tebaagala kino kirabikire mawulire kuba boya abaana bafubutuse mu buli bitundu byonna abamaduuka ne bagaggala, amalwaliro ne bagaggala, amasaluni ne bagaggala, buli omu kyabadde akola kivuddeko.
Poliisi ezzeemu okuziba ekkubo esobole okuzza abawagizi ebbali waalyo kisaawe weeyale waakubye olukuŋŋaana olusoose. Eno akulembeza kyakufuula batuuze bakama baabo be bawadde obuyinza okubakulembera.
In the new Uganda, we want to bring servant leadership where politicians are the servants and the voters are the masters. But you can do that when you vote away somebody who thinks he's a king. Museveni wants to become a king on a land that does not belong to his grandfather.
Ayagala n'okukyusa ssemateeka obutawa mukulembeze bbeetu okufuga emyaka gy'ayagadde.
Kama 40 banange njagala babulira tewaliwo president mulala agenda kuddamu kutufuga myaka 40. Tewaliwo president mulala agenda kutuuka kingi wano.
Olutalo lwalwana agamba aluzimbira ku bavubuka enkyukakyuka ayagala abavubuka bagitambulize ku mutimbagano.
I want to tell you Uganda is full of young people from the west to the east.
Most high-performing professionals living with type 2 diabetes think that managing blood sugar is just about burning sugar. But that's just part of the picture. The real challenge often lies not just in sweating, burning calories, or counting steps, but in how their body responds to exercise. Without understanding this, many high-performing professionals, managers, executives, consultants, entrepreneurs waste time, money, and energy on strategies that simply don't work. Unfortunately, their blood sugar levels continue to spike.
From the north to the south and the central, Uganda is full of young people. Those young people are you, those young people are us. We have a chance to put right what our parents did not put right. We have an opportunity to clean what was dirtied by the past generation. You can teach your mother, you can teach your father, you can teach your friends. Now they listen to the young people. You have TikTok. Ukiwa na TikTok, ebu nione mkono yako juu.
Ukawulidde.
Mukozese TikTok yamwe. Use your TikTok. Send that message. Let people understand that we are not only angry young people. We are smart young people. We are informed young people. We are educated young people.
Bw'avudde mu Kiryandongo ayolekedde disitulikiti ya Patch. Yeno okusala ku lugendo asazeewo okuyitira ku mwalo gw'e Masindi n'abawagizi be. Tugenza okutuuka ku mwalo guno ng'ekidyeri ekimu kimaze ebbanga nga tekyakola emmemme n'etandika okutunduga abamu ku bawagizi be.
Wabula kuba boya amazzi gatiika.
Yatambuzawo ebigere ku mazzi nga Yesu yatambulira ku mazzi.
Lasita tawusi.
Natambulirawo ku magere ku mazzi bampita pilipili.
Tulinze feri okuva saidi zeri era twagala mwagaliza olugendo lulungi. Twagala tufuna amafuta tusale tunaffe tugende boboini wagenda wenyini wagenda okolera wagenda okubeera eno mu maaso naye obuzibu kukyaffe weddemu amafuta
Man.
Tujja kuyiiya tukyayiiya tukyanoonya amakulu gonna kulaba tufunye mafuta.
Ekidyeri ekiriwo kigenza okutuuka nga kitwala emmotoka 8 zo.
Kino nno kye kisavinga abantu abo bonna abapaki abantu emitwala bali mitwala 3 mu something zita 3 mu 9. So kyekyo Museveni kyasobodde okuteekawo emyaka 40 agayise
n'abantu 50.
N'obwetanga yita madaala.
Mulya nnyama obwedde kidyeri agayita madaala.
Kino kyekidyeri wekiba kyekino inshuwarensi yange tekkiriza bagambe kitwala emmotoka 10 naye ebidyeri ebisinga mu nsinga ezimaze ezakubuzibwako abazungu nga gavumenti emaze embuyinza emyaka 4 kino ekidyeri kyali badde kitwala emmotoka 5.
Absolutely, imagine emyaka 40 down the road kyekino ekidyeri kye tuyina era ekisaza abantu side yawo.
Nekitegeeza babadde balina kusalira mu mpalo.
Wakati mwa batadeko mukaza police esukka mu mukaaga. Bogaleke mukulembeze ofisi abasinga tebaga tugendereko.
Kyagulanyi mu luwalo olusoose mwatambulidde atejjukira bw'oba ku kidyeri ekidduka mw'otambulira okivaamu.
Ngamba bannange Katonda nyamba mukwateko mu ngalo mukulide bulungi.
Abamu ku bawagizi abasigalidde eby'okgumiikiriza ekidyeri okudda babiganye ne batambulira ku kaata akatono aka yingini. Kyagulanyi bw'abadde ku kidyeri agenza anyumya n'omumyuka we atwala obukiikakkono bwa Uganda ne bannamawulire. Kapiteeni olugobezza ekidyeri bw'akivuddeko n'anywegera ettaka era tusigadde twebuuza amakulu. Asanze waliwo abamulindiridde tutuuse mu akokolo ne tubaako amaka Kyagulanyi wayingidde gye tutakkiriziddwa. Kyokka mu kuva mu maka gano Kyagulanyi yagendedde mu kidduka kye akomeddewo mu mmotoka eno enzirugavu era tugenze okwetegereza ng'alimu ne pulezidenti wa UPC Jim Akena akulembedde Kyagulanyi n'amutwala mpola ng'ebigere bigenda byesooza mu Pasikalamu era nga bwamusuulayo obugambo ekiwummulo ku malaala awaaganzikibwa kitaawe era eyaliko pulezidenti wa Uganda Apollo Milton Obote. Kyagulanyi asaba okuludda ebendera ya Uganda n'agiganzika ku malaalo gano.
Wow. Si umbrella wabula bendera ya Uganda aga Milton Obote. Seba propagandists batandise okukozesa ekikolwa kino mbusimayi bali mu kukubirako Kyagulanyi. Eba nagwa propagandists babulwa kyeboogera. Kyolanga nsira mbagamba banange temubawa nnyo obudde. Muwulirayo nnyo abakyayina kyeboogera ne kikola amakulu. Nawuliddeawo nsereko ng'ayina byayogera ebitakwatagana. Yalemwa n'okunominatinga. Temubawa amakulu. Temubawa.
Mu buwombeefu obw'ekitalo akutte n'ekimuli n'akiganzika ku malaalo n'adda emabega ebigere nga biibyo n'agakubira ttamaamu ate n'agattako n'okuvunnama. Aliko n'entaana ey'okubiri gy'amulaze. Kyagulanyi asiimye Akena olw'ekikolwa ky'akoze.
Thank you for this gesture, friendship, solidarity. We are honored to have this in our generation. We hope it's going to communicate to our generation. We, the ones to bond together, to have that brotherhood, enjoy it, and make our lives fulfillment of the dreams of our fathers.
Nejjima Akena mu kusuulayo Kyagulanyi akagambo amutegeezezza nti naye alwana kudda mu lwokaano n'asaba Kyagulanyi nti bw'aba alina obwogerero amuyambe. Baawukanye buli omu asuubizza munne okulwanira awamu.
Pray that I may get back on the job. Absolutely. I am fighting to be back in the race. If you have anywhere you can also put a word in for me. Absolutely.
Jima Akena.
I have not given up.
Why you PC?
Matters to raise. We need to put issues.
Njukira abasajja bano batandika okukaanira kala ya red. Naye gwe street season otulabiddeko ebintu bingi nnyo. Bano bakyali sibe bawabirako people power lwaki ekozesa kala ya red.
Which will help all of Ugandans. So we should have that openness and see how this will happen.
Keep up the fight whenever I can, whenever we can, we shall add a voice.
Thank you.
Ekikola kya Kyagulanyi okukyalako awaaganzikibwa ebisigalira bya Apollo Milton Obote eyaliko president wa Uganda. Ab'omu Apache be tusobodde okwogerako nabo abatonotono bakyogerako bwe bati.
On their own issues and paying a visit to the late's tomb is not a crime, but culturally here, somebody who has a friend is just free to go and visit or pay respect to somebody who has died. But there are issues, they could be knowing their own issues.
That shows a form of unity and a form of peace in Uganda, because we want to maintain peace and we want a president who can unite people of all the tribes to be united. Yeah. That is all we want.
Apollo Milton Obote.
All right. Okay. Those are recap ojulidde bulungi tugikomya then tulyoke tugende maaso ate nga nkutotolera president gyagenda otalaga olunaku olwaliro of course nakusinyizaako dda era ne ku screen yawo okisoma bulungi. His Excellency heads to Kwania and Kore tukyali Mulango sub-region day 22 this Saturday president gyagenda okubeeranga atalagira olengerawo bulungi. Of course tukyali mulango sub-region Kore nkugambye bagisala ku Apache ne Kwaniya nayo bagisala ku Apache. Ezo zona districts bazisaze ku Apache. Apache yali district nene nnyo naye bagenze kutulako Museveni agikozese okola kyokufunirako ba MPs and all that kind of thing. Kyolabanga ba MPs bayitirivu nnyo abasuba mu 1559. That is the official figure, 559.
The global AI market is projected to reach $1.770 trillion by 2032. Do you have the skills needed to seize this opportunity? Build a
9 MPs mu Parliament ya Uganda mwaka guno. Of course nga kugasa abo abali elected neighbor ex official, those that by default have to be a part of the Parliament. So zezino zimu ku districts zikuliating it. Of course Kore assembly the district nga Oyam, assembly the district nga Lila, assembly the Lila city, assembly the district nga Dokoro, Kwaniya assembly the Dokoro, Kwaniya assembly the Apache, Amorata nga bolengera ku screen yo ne Kabera Maido. Kabera Maido this other side. Tuli abwe tuli mu region hiyo ndozo girengera. Tuli mu that is Lango sub-region. Of course Lango sub-region limu district nga Oyam, Lira, Otuke, Alebotong, Lira city, Lira, Kore, Apache, Kwaniya, Amorata, ne Dokoro. Those are the districts that make up Lango sub-region. Of course president yakagendako mu district emu yoka, that is the Apache. Ngunako lwalero olunagwerako agenda kuba Lango sub-region eno agigenze mu districts satu kwa wagenda mu Kwaniya ne Kore ugataka Apache ziba district satu zaba. Era ne week ejira tugenda kuba tuli mu region ena I believe program line up ya week ja bagenda kwa budget wa bulungi. Of course nga nkutwala ku statistics owenjawulo population wamu nebijikwatako na kugambye dantino district bagisala ku Apache artist kyo wakitegedde bulungi bagisala ku Apache ne Kwaniya ne Kore bagisala ku Apache. Nebo tunulira abantu abali mu Kwaniya district si bangi nnyo bali 226 mu 125 be bantu abali mu district ye Kwaniya. Abantu 226 mu 125. Then that screen should be big enough for you to read certain figures. That is the Kwaniya district. Abachala bali 11 mu 1022, abaami bali 10 mu 15 mu 10 mu basatu. Toto nebirange kwa 21 mu 6 mu 10 mu 25. Then abantu abalonzi mu district eno out of 21 bali 8 mu 7 abali registering okulonda 8 mu 7 mu 5 mu 8 mu 7. Then abasobola okulonda ku 8 bali 5 mu 6 nga abantu 2882 tebamanyi kulonda bibalonda byali bifu. Toto namba yalonda ebitufu 5000 mu 1392. Awo mu 7 president waffe bamugabira obululu omutwalo gumu mu 1300 mwana mukamu. Mu 7 ne bamugabira obululu emitwalo 3 mu 3 mu 4. Naye nsi banki kugamba nti zino figures bateeka wano size ziri ku declaration forms, zino ziba manipulating azibeeterawo bongabo nga vulugu yena gwe bakola ki gwe bakonenga obwagizi tuyina bungi mu region eno nga bwolabye reception president waffe gye bamwadde. Of course mu 7 times afuna reception ebifaanagana bwetyo nga tebalagidde masomero genda kwatendinga rareye nga tebataddewo bibuses n'ebimotoka ebisomba abantu tayinza kufunayo bantu bawera 1,000 yeno 1,000 njogedde bangi tebasobola kuwera. Okay, abaana basigala mu masomero ba RDCs ba DPCs bonabona ne batakola mulimu gwabwe kunoonya abantu ba MPs abali mu bitundu ebyo bonabona abakozi ba government kuba mindset wise bo balowooza abayina kukolera mu 7 nenga ate tebalina kubeera partisan nga ba executing duties zaabwe naye system ya mu 7 bwekite bwe kiri currently kyobulanga twagala bikyusa byonna ngabo tebabinyigiddemu mu 7 times afuna yo n'omulema kitegeera so obwagizi tulina bungi mu kitundu kino naye nga bomanyi nti n'akalulu kaffe tekabeera akamazima na bwenkanya kati byebino bya reflectinga wetugendako ku Kore district Kore ino erina y'abantu 29 esingako okukwaniya ina abantu 29 mu 10 mu bisatu mwomo ngera abakyala ebasinga obungi bali 16 mu 19 mu 5 mu 5 abasajja ne babere 13 mu 12 mu bisatu mwana mu 6 that's the total abalonda ekore abali registaringa okulonda ekore bali 11 ku 29 abalonda bali 11 mukenda mubina mwasatu musanvu 11 ebeera namba then kwabo abasobola okulonda bali 7 bano bajumbirako okulonda bajumbirako ko 58% yeah 7 mu 175 abatamanyi kulonda bali 3,000 mu kitundu kino mu 1997.
My wife started Tai Chi at 50, now she's 62 and she looks better than
bibalonda byali bifu ne babeeranga abasobola okulonda ebituufu bali 6,609 mu 78 mu 7 ne bamugabira obuli 4,600 mu 9 president waffe ne bamugabira obulu 1,000 n'ekitundu mu 9 mu 37 sijja koma kikujjukiza nti zino figures ziri just manipulated singa tugendera ku byali ku declaration forms nga kade kamazima na bwenkanya it would be the other round kifolanga tuyina okumakinga sure this time round we turn the massive support countrywide into victory. Ensonga lwaki this time round it is a protest vote. So at least ebyo obitegedde ku Kore wamu ne Kwaniya. Of course district district ya Kwaniya eno of course yeyo era headquarters zayo ziri wano mu katawuni kano bakayita Aduku. Yeah, Aduku. Yogenda okusanga headquarters. Of course wogenda osanga amasanyalaze wokka. Wogenda ko mu byalo. Beera mbi nnyo. Yeah, wogenda ko mu kyalo bibi nnyo katawuni ke kano enguudo za ttaka ezisinga obungi ngera bwozirengera. Eno ne many town. Enguudo ezisinga za ttaka inasanga oluguudo lumu bbiri zirina chorus wovaako mu town eno ye main town wovaako mu town muganda wange Busisira amalwaliro amasomero ga secondary mu district ino yonna tegasukka 10 district ino yonna ku research gwe nadde nkola ku kifo kino tegasukka 10 aga secondary aga primary gali below 50 mu district yonna of course tugatta aga primary aga private wamu naga government gonna wamu wogakolaki wogenda ko mu byalo kugambye amasanyalaze ogenda gasanga busanzi mu district mu town center mu byalo toyina gyogenda kusanga yadde na of course bavubi wadde nti ennyanja abasajja bajeddiza leke Kwaniya eno gyolaba eno gye bayita leke Kwaniya. Yes, my president obana atukako side eyo naye gwe beerako bulungi nnyo olunaku olwaleero osobola okubeera nga tomisinga kintu na kimu. Ennyanja abasajja bagisalaasalamu poloti eno gyolaba kuliko amagye mayitirivu nnyo galemesa abantu okukola emirimu gyabwe. and all that kind of thing. Abo ogenda okulira president nchanga akunnyonnyola. Then wetugendako ekkore yeah, this is Kore. Era nayo kyekimu nayo kyekimu helikota zaayo ziri mu kitundu wano. Enguudo ndowooza ozirengera. Enguudo za Taken round about Nolira Road. Gwanange eno ensi yaffe nange tufungize nnyo obusajja buno tubugobemu. Gwe otunuulira enguudo n'otunuulira amasomero bino bifaananyi byonkulengeza bya satellite naye you can tell from above ekitundu engeri gye kifaanaganamu. Yeah, you can tell from above ekitundu engeri gye kifaanaganamu. Of course ebifo bino bijjuddwamu balango. Yeah, bayogera oluzungu bayogera ne langi. So kati zezo main languages zogenda okusangamu era president ajja kuba n'omuntu avunula on the other side abeerenga kugamba eno district nayo bagisala ku Apache. Nayo bagisala ku Apache. Esemberedde lira nga bwogiraba, this is Lira district. Yeah, this is Lira district. President gyagenda okubeera nga atalagira nti of course amasomero mabi nnyo, amalwaliro mabi nnyo, enguudo ze zimu ku district ezisinga enguudo embi, abantu bayo baavu nnyo. Kole district ne Kwaniya ze zimu ku district ezisingamu obwavu mu ggwanga lino Uganda. Ze zimu ku district ezisingamu obwavu era nga abantu baayo amasanyalaze bagafuma bufumi, amasomero. Anyway, ogenda kubeerako kyenkusaba beerako olunaku olwaleero okuva we tugenda okubeera nga tutandika president anatero stepping on the road. Abeerenga atalaga genda sokera Kwaniya then asembeyo Kore. Yeah, tugenda otaba byonna tugenda bikulaga live. Making sure nti tomisinga kintu na kimu. Byoba okola, byoba olina okukola ebiyinza okutataganya bikole in time. Abasobola okuteerako abantu ku smart TVs mubateereko. Waliwo bakwano bange abangambye sigenda kwogera gye baali bangaye ffe JB tuteekako wano smart TV neteerako abantu YouTube ne tutumbula sound wamma abantu ne bakola ki ne beerabira biki ebigenda mu maaso ku campaign trail za president waffe. Yeah, waliwo ne ba comrades bange bo sijja kugamba sijja bakweka babira bali UK. Abeera wali mu office ku screen waliwo waggulu ng'ateekako YouTube ng'alengera bulungi ebigenda mu maaso. Salute comrades mwena gye muwachingira campaign trail y'omulundi guno. Mwebale kubeerako, mwebale ku following nsonga n'olunaku olwaleero weekend week tugenda gimalirako Mulango sub-region and I believe even week ejja era tugenda kubeera Mulango sub-region. Ne program line-up president ajja kubeera akola ki agituweera. Tujja kubeera nja kubeera nkomawo on the same program mbayisizeemu president yona gyagenda okola ki gyagenda okubeera. Peace and love. This is the quick roundup and tusinkane Murutabaru.
Dark spots, and dark spots. Are you tired of this condition? We will help you solve this problem with Song Face Cream.
Baline ebimundu. This kind of dramatization kati abo bamuyitani kulayija yinzo tuzo olukungana twalabya abawagizi ba Bobi Wine bakutte ebintu ebyefaananyiriza emmundu n'atandika okuleeta ebintu byakoppa tamanyira kibitegeeza. Bwe kiba kitambulanga embaata nga kifaanananga embaata kibeera ki? Bwe kibanga emmundu nga kiringanga emmundu kibeera ki? Bwana bavubuka. Tokyakkirizibwa kubeera mwana muto okuzannya bintu bya kito byonna byonna. Tokyasobola kubeera na gundi baziyitanga clubs ezo, scouts clubs. Tokyasobola kubanga ewakola ije obeera okoze parade eyo y'amagye yo drill. Look at him. Oh, your sir done magic. Or your master music producer.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Talk to you about today. Now ask me, what were you going to talk about? I will not tell you. Then ask me, what are you going to talk about? I am going to talk about a love-hate relationship for the last 40 years. I know many of you are younger than me. It has been 40 years, my brothers and sisters. 40 years. 40 years of pain. 40 years of slavery. But most importantly, 40 years of brainwash. I said 40 years of brainwash. 40 years of brainwash. I said 40 years of brainwash. I was only 4 years when Museveni came to power. And because I come from Uganda, I was born during the war. A war that Museveni had launched. What was the genesis of this war? In December 1980, there was an election. In this election, there were 4 parties that were competing. There was UPC, there was DP, there was CP Conservative Party, and there was UPM under Museveni. Now, UPC was led by Dr. Bode. DP was led by Dr. Cermony. CP, Conservative Party, was led by Yona Kanyomozi. And UPM was led by Yoweri Museveni. This is 45 years ago. In that year, after the end of the election, Museveni claimed that the election had been rigged. But remember, in that election, Museveni got 17,000 votes in the whole of Uganda. He got 1.2% of the vote. Not even 2%. 1%. But he claimed that the vote had been rigged. So he collected his friends and they went and started a war. That war was based in Luero. But now this is the most important part of the story. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. I see many of you have phones. Please press record. And those who have TikTok, please go live on TikTok.
You are doing TikTok?
Because this that I'm going to talk about, you will not hear it on radio. You will not hear it on TV. But this is the truth, and Museveni cannot say this is not right.
Shops in Uganda always on break, but Gigi never sleeps. I
say this is not right. Many of us were young. I was a baby. 9% or 99% of you were not yet born. So we got told different stories. We grew up, me I'm from Uganda, we grew up thinking it was bad. They taught us to hate. They taught us to hate people from the north. And I'm sure the people from the north were taught to hate people from the local woman. This is what we were told every day. We were told to hate UPC. But I want to tell you one day, there's a great man from UPC who died. His name was Adonia Tiberondwa. I'm sure some of you know him. Now he was being buried in Ishaka on the 26th of December 2004. On that day, a person who was representing Museveni's government was Kainda Otafire. General Kainda Otafire was one of the people that were fighting in Luwero with Museveni. Now the spirit of self-exposure went on Kainda Otafire's head. In Buganda we call it Emando Abwanika. Do you know what Kainda Otafire said? Kainda Otafire, because when people die they talk nice about them. Kainda Otafire went on the microphone and said that during the war, the NRA soldiers would put on UPC t-shirts and they would go to the villages in Uganda and start killing people in order to spoil the name of UPC and Obote.
Uniform.
These were the words of Kainda Otafire. He said them on the 26th of December 2004. Now that was the beginning of opening eyes. We started realizing that they had planned this in order to make us hate each other. It reminded me that even in the days of Amin, when the then Chief Justice of Uganda, Ben Chiwanuka, was killed, there is a car which had number UU2. It was a Peugeot. That number was recorded by Uganda police in 1972. That is the car that abducted Ben Chiwanuka. And that car was found abandoned in Mbale at the quarters. Now when you read Museveni's own book when he was writing Sowing the Mustard Seed, he wrote about that car and that incident. That means Museveni was the owner of that car, and Museveni is responsible for the abduction and disappearance of Ben Chiwanuka. Now that happened way back in 1972, but it was meant to spoil Amin's name and to plant hate among the Baganda. Amin had killed Ben Chiwanuka. These people had done that. It was done when Museveni still had the Fronasa group. Why am I telling you these stories? I want to show you that the hate that the planning by generation was planned for us. So today when I was driving from Akokoro, I was thinking about all these years, all the lies, all the hate that have been engineered to divide us, to make sure we never unite, to make sure we see each other's enemies. Even when these things happened before we were born. Now here in northern Uganda, you know, during the Kony War, Museveni soldiers did unthinkable things to the people of northern Uganda, especially where men were people. But all that is in our history. Today I am here to ask us to open our eyes, to see for ourselves, to see that we are more of brothers, to see that we are one people. No wonder we are working together. No wonder myself, I found myself connected to the people. When I was a musician, my manager was and today my brother and my music producer is Oyerot Dan Magic. Why don't you come and just Dan Magic in just one word? Only one word. People power. Our power. People power. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. Let me know part. Apo yo meneno wo fina yo tutual meneno buli melangi melao meneno ni binu ni in numbers aduong me jolo jola duong me lobo menno keti we come in wa tutu ya piera beach piera yo we are beach here we are beach here dan maji ko don kunu mi yo le bla mo yele so my brothers and sisters, today I am speaking to this new generation. This is a presidential campaign, but I request that we don't look at it as a usual presidential campaign. This is our moment in history. This is our 1962, where our grandfathers came together to build a country that would be beneficial to all of us. From different tribes, from different religions, from different agendas.
Most high-performing professionals think that managing blood sugar is just about burning sugar.
The plan was to make every Ugandan enjoy Uganda. We got independence in 1962. It has been 63 years. But out of those 63 years, 40 years have been taken by Museveni. When Museveni came, he talked very evil things about the past leaders. But when you look at the hospitals that we go to today, they were built by the past leaders. Olago Hospital was built during the days of Milton Obote. Look at the roads that we're enjoying were built by past leaders. For 40 years they have only robbed us. For 40 years they've only made us poor. For 40 years they have reduced us to slaves on our own land. So I come to talk to you, especially you, the young people of Uganda, that we have an opportunity to start afresh. If Uganda was a gadget, we need to press the reset button. That's why we talk about a new Uganda now. A new Uganda where people are not identified by tribe or religion. A new Uganda where there's no dictatorship whatsoever. Where our vote matters. In a new Uganda where promotion in the army or in the police will not depend on what kind of language you speak. A new Uganda promotion where it is not going to be one family ruling over the nation. That is the Uganda that we want. A Uganda where we're going to be defined by the content of our character. Where education is going to be accessible, and after school our young people are going to get jobs. These lakes are our natural resources, but our people are being taken away from the lakes. Our roads are being turned into death traps. An accident, and according to the police, 6 people died on the spot. Our hospitals are going to be treating people, and medicines are going to be there. My brothers and sisters, I want us to make Museveni the last dictator in Uganda. It has to be us. It has to be this generation to put an end to a 40-year rule. It has been 40 years. When I talk about these things, it is hard for you to understand. But the elders here, the old people here understand the things that I'm talking about. They have ever been there. We have ever had a railway crossing up to Lango and picking your crops. Agriculture has ever made sense in this our country. During the days of the past leaders, you could go to the hospital, you get treated for free, and even the hospital feeds you. It does not happen anymore. Right now as we speak, our children are not going to school because the teachers are on strike. The money that is supposed to pay the teachers is paying musicians to sing to Bonga Nawe for Museveni. My brothers and sisters, back in the old regimes, the ones that Museveni is abusing every day, we did not see the heads of states building mansions all over. We would be seeing them right now. But today we lose 10 trillion shillings every year to corruption. 10 trillion. Aman, Arom, tell when you get to Uganda, trillion, no tutulur boom. Abar. I said 10 trillion. Not 10 million. I did not say 10 million. I'm trying to put it down. Yes. Tell them I did not say 10 million. I did not say 10 not 10 million, not 10 billion. Trillion. So in 5 years they steal 50 trillion from us. Now, that money is enough, is more than enough to tarmac the entire road network of Uganda. And if we had a president that loves this country, we would have all these roads tarmacked in only 3 years.
I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Nyende Noah Robert, for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Public Health of Nkumba University. Mr. Nyende's study examined the relationship between health-seeking behavior and sexual and reproductive health service utilization among adolescents in Bugweri and Iganga districts in the Busoga region, Uganda. The study found that adolescents value sexual and reproductive health services for the key health needs, although face friendly providers, limited resources, and long travel distances. Mr. Nyende developed a sustainable preferential utilization of sexual and reproductive health services model to improve adolescents' access uptake and equity in sexual and reproductive health services. The study was privately funded, supervised by Professor Mif Musoke and Dr. Frank Pio Chiinji. Having satisfied all the requirements, Nyende Noah Robert is presented to you for the award of the degree of philosophy, of the Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees, by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following candidate who has satisfactorily completed the courses to the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University, Ewum Bernard. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Ewum Bernard, for the award of Doctor on Solid Waste Management in Uganda, a case of selected cities and town councils in eastern Uganda. The study found that policy coordination, stakeholder engagement, and effective solid waste management policy implementation and performance for urban centers in Uganda, for effective implementation of national environmental management policy. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professors Orach Faustin Meza and Dr. Charles Edaku. Having satisfied all the requirements, Ewum Bernard is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following candidate who has satisfactorily completed the courses to the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Murongo Esau, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Murongo's study examined the contribution of community participation towards the sustainability of rural water supply projects in Uganda, a case of Kasese district. The study found that community project planning positively and significantly correlated with the sustainability of rural water supply projects. The study was privately funded and supervised by Dr. Edaku Charles and Associate Professor Solomon Muchwa Asimu. Having satisfied all the requirements, Murongo Esau is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By virtue of the Board of Trust, by order of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates who have satisfactorily completed their courses to the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you the PhD candidate, Duki Richard, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Development Studies, specializing in refugee rights of Nkumba University. Mr. Duki's study examined the relationship between social support systems and socio-economic rights for refugees in Rhino Camp and Mvepi refugee settlements. He established that both formal and informal social support systems significantly influence refugees' access to socio-economic rights in Rhino Camp and Mvepi, with refugee policy framework strongly moderating this relationship. Mr. Duki developed a model titled Refugee Socio-Economic Rights for Improving Social Service Delivery in Refugee Situations. The study was privately funded and supervised by Dr. Charles Edaku and Dr. Simon Peter Ongodia. Having satisfied all the requirements, Duki Richard is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you Kanchindi Priscille in absentia for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies, specializing in gender and development of Nkumba University. Ms. Kanchindi examined the relationship between the culture of masculinity support and the well-being of women in Luwero District, Uganda. The study found that emotional, economic, and physical support positively and significantly correlated with well-being of women in Luwero District. Ms. Kanchindi developed the masculinity integrated support enhancing well-being model to improve the well-being of women. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professor Michael Mawa and Dr. Charles Edaku. Having satisfied all the requirements, Kanchin Priscille is presented to you for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, in absentia, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Development Studies of Nkumba University and admit to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following candidate who has satisfactorily completed his course to the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology of Nkumba University. Dumba Matovu Pius. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you Dumba Matovu Pius for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Counseling Psychology, specializing in mental health counseling of Nkumba University. Mr. Dumba's study focused on the family environment and depressive symptoms among older adults in central Uganda, examining the moderating role of individual factors. The study found that family cohesion was consistently associated with lower depressive symptoms among older adults in central Uganda. The study developed a model titled Family Environmental Interconnection for Dialogue System as an auxiliary system for strengthening family structures and buffering depressive symptoms among older adults. The study was funded through a joint collaboration of Uganda Matters University, Nkumba University.
Rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the candidate, Nakachwa Florence Patricia, for the award of a degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education Psychology of Nkumba University. Ms. Nakachwa studied and examined the relationship between students' academic resilience, emotional intelligence, and competence-based learning in selected secondary schools in Uganda. Her case was Mukono and Kayunga districts. The study found out that academic perseverance, adaptive, help-seeking skills, and emotional response positively and significantly correlated with competence-based learning among secondary school students in Mukono and Kayunga districts. Ms. Nakachwa developed a model referred to as adaptive, reintegrative, and intrapsychic academic resilience, referred to as SAPIRA model. The study was privately funded and supervised by Dr. Frank Pio Chiinji and Dr. John Paul Kasuja. Having satisfied all the requirements, Ms. Nakachwa Florence Patricia is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education Psychology of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By virtue of the board, by order of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Ms. Josephine Sirimuzao, for the award of a degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education Psychology of Nkumba University. Ms. Sirimuzau's research investigated the prevalence of attention deficit or hyperactive activity disorder, ADHD, and critically evaluated the efficacy of the specific ADHD interventions, positive reinforcement, task modification, teacher-learner proximity, and the mediating role of the teacher-parent collaboration within primary schools in Wakiso district. The study demonstrated that these targeted interventions significantly improved both social skills and academic outcomes for learners with ADHD, thereby providing practical evidence-based strategies for the educators and parents to end learner success. Ms. Josephine came up with a called interconnectivity emotional regulation model, that is DEAR model, to support the emphasis of interconnective pathways. This study was partially sponsored by Nkumba University and supervised by Professor Mif Musoke and Dr. Frank Pio Chiinji. Having satisfied the requirements, Ms. Sirimuzao Josephine is presented to you for the award of a degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education Psychology of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Margaret Jill, okay. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Digital Education Management of Nkumba University. OK's study examined the utilization of information and communication technology for learning enhancement in universities in Kampala district, Uganda. The study found out that internet availability and interoperability are positively and significantly correlated with learning enhancement in universities in Kampala district. Additionally, e-learning pedagogy was found to have a mediating role between utilization of ICT and learning enhancement. Margaret developed a sustainable utilization of information and communication technology experiential learning model, that is SU-style, for improving learning outcomes in universities. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professor Joseph Kizito Badda and Dr. Herbert Sekandi. Having satisfied all the requirements, OK Margaret Jill is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Digital Education Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order and by virtue of the authority invested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Chibuka Banyenzachi Ambrose, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Education of Nkumba University. Father Chibuka's study established the extent to which parent-teacher interface influences student learning achievement and mediated by parental involvement with specific reference to rural universal education, rural universal secondary education in southwestern Uganda. Banyenzachi came up with a model, dialogical reintegration parent-teacher interface, RIPT model. The study was privately funded and supervised by Dr. Badiru Musisi, Dr. Frank Pio Chiyinji. Having satisfied all the requirements, Chibuka Ambrose Banyenzachi is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining to. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Fred Chirumira, for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chirumira's study examined the influence of contextual factors like managerial, regulatory, and competitive environments on the operational performance and resilience of faith-based medical imaging services within Uganda's dynamic and resource-constrained healthcare landscape. The study found that these contextual factors were significant determinants of operational performance. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professor Mif Msoke and Professor Richard Wirumubi. Having satisfied all the requirements, Fred Chirumira is hereby presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Mohaire Anita, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University. Ms. Mohaire's study examined corporate governance, roles, and employee satisfaction in higher education institutions, a case of selected private universities in Uganda. The study found that corporate governance roles are the strongest predictor of employee satisfaction, indicating that strengthening governance roles like policy formulation, strategic planning, and resource mobilization can significantly increase the levels of employee satisfaction. The study was funded by Reform and supervised by Professor Wilson Muyinda Mande and Dr. Anne Abaho. Having satisfied all the requirements, Mohaire Anita is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Namusoke Margaret Yekosabeth, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Management of Nkumba University. Ms. Namusoke's study examined the impact of feed resources and farmers' characteristics on poultry enterprises. A case study of broiler production units in Mukono district. The study found that the quality and choice of feed resources and farmers' characteristics positively and significantly correlated with broiler production. The study was privately funded and supervised by Associate Professor Richard Mwirumubi and Professor Anthony Mugisha. Having satisfied all the requirements, Namusoke Margaret Yekosabeth is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, right, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Omodo Yusuf, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Omodo's study examined the contribution of staff policies implementation and job satisfaction among administrative staff in selected private universities, a case of Eastern and Northern Uganda. The study found that the staff compensation and benefits, staff promotion, training and development significantly contribute to job satisfaction of administrative staff in the selected private universities in Eastern and Northern Uganda. The study was privately funded and supervised by Associate Professor Norman David Nsereko and Associate Professor Marus Eton. Having satisfied all the requirements, Omodo Yusuf is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Otieno Julius, for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Otieno's study examined the relationship between training legislation, quality management mechanisms, and personnel development in Uganda's aviation sector, focusing on the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority's approved training organizations in the East and Central Uganda. The study found that the implementation of training programs, the management of training standards, and the enforcement of compliance provisions were positively and significantly associated with personnel development outcomes, including knowledge retention, competence, skills acquisition, and staff engagement. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professor Wilson Muyenda Mande and Dr. John Backman's Biamukama. Having satisfied all the requirements, Otenogerius is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University, and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Sebale Florence Lubega, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University. Ms. Sebale's study examined the prediction of the extended 3 Ps marketing mix, people, process, physical evidence on user satisfaction of university library services in Uganda, a case of selected private libraries in central Uganda. The study found that the extended 3 Ps marketing mix had a positive and significant prediction on user satisfaction, particularly as they offer a comprehensive lens to evaluate how service delivery, staff interaction, and physical environment affect users' perceptions and experience. The study was funded by Nkumba University and supervised by Associate Professor Richard Mwirumubi and Associate Professor Norman Sereko. Having satisfied all the requirements, Sebale Florence Lubega is presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University.
By order of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Jacob Dut Atim Malek, for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Business Administration, Human Resource Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Malek examined the relationship between staff retention policies and professional commitment among secondary school teachers in South Sudan, with particular reference to teachers in Central Equatorial State. The study established that well-designed staff retention policies, such as equitable remuneration, professional development opportunities, and supportive work environments significantly enhance teachers' professional commitment job satisfaction, and organizational loyalty. The study was privately funded and supervised by Professor Wilson Muyinda Mande and Dr. Eri Mugerwa. Having satisfied all the requirements, Jacob Dut Atim Malek is hereby presented to you for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Human Resource Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Human Resource Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Kamsime Samuel, for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration of Nkumba University. Mr. Kamsime's study examined the relationship between public pension scheme provisions and the perceived financial well-being of retiring primary school teachers in Uganda, focusing on government-aided primary schools in Wakiso district. The study found that adequacy and expansion of pension provisions were significantly positive predictors of perceived financial well-being, while security, sustainability, and commitment showed limited or no direct contribution. The study was partially funded and supervised by Professor Francis Kasekende, represented by Dr. Sadat Lutaya, and Professor Wilson Mande. Having satisfied all the requirements, Kamsime Samuel is presented to you for the award of the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Human Resource Management of Nkumba University. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Human Resource Management of Nkumba University and admit you to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the PhD candidate, Pule Samuel, for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business